New York Magazine has an interesting article on political correctness, and in the piece, they outline the University of New Hampshire's bias-free language guide, and it basically explains how to talk to people without offending them. So I want to go through some of the list here and buckle up because this is sheer madness. So, now the word senior citizen is, quote, problematic. This is on the problematic list. So instead of saying, hey, it's a senior citizen, or it's a, an elder person or an old person, instead of saying that, you can't say that anymore because you're being offensive. Now you have to say, people of advanced age. Now, I'm warning you guys, as we go through this, it's going to sound like an SNL skit, but it's not. They're dead serious. All right, more. Problematic, poor person. You can't call somebody a poor person. You can't say poor people. Person living at or below the poverty line. That's what you have to say now. Problematic, the word rich. Preferred, person of material wealth. Problematic, obese or overweight. Preferred, people of size. Oh, that's adorable. Problematic, blind person. Preferred, visually impaired. Problematic, American. Who the fuck ever was angry about that? Problematic, American. Preferred, U.S. citizen or resident of the U.S. Problematic, Caucasian people. Preferred, white people. Funny how, why do they think that's better? European American individuals, please. Problematic, guys. You can't say guys when referring to people overall. You can't say, hey guys, if there's a woman involved there. You have to say, hey folks, hey people. You can't say guys. Problematic, opposite sex. Preferred, other sex. Look at this, man. That's it. We've gone too far. Now, here's the thing. These guys think they're being liberal, and they think this is coming from a good place, but you're authoritarians now. So, in other words, the whole idea of being liberal is being open-minded and yes, being tolerant and caring about treating people right. But what you're doing here is, in the pursuit of that goal, you've now swung the pendulum in the other direction, and you've gone too far, to the point where if somebody says the wrong thing, like calls you an American, you're outraged. You can't say American, you have to say resident of the U.S. But now you're just the language police now. And you've become the bad guy because you're going around trying to rigidly enforce arbitrary rules and ideas and concepts. And that's a very right-wing thing. Or in this case, it's not right-wing because these are liberals who are doing this. It's just authoritarian for you to do this. And you're not helping. And that's the main point here is, you know what my theory is on this? It's intellectual laziness. So again, the people who came up with this, they probably meant well, but the thing is, in the pursuit of being good people, they forgot that there's work involved, there's hard work involved. So what I mean by that is, if you want to care about worldly issues, and you want to fix things in the world, which makes perfect sense, if you're a liberal, you absolutely should do that. You need to do your homework first. So you need to know, okay, what's wrong in the world? Well, what's wrong in the world is, and we can go through it, American imperialism, hey, here are all the places we invaded, the military-industrial complex is making all this money, here are some facts, here are some figures on that. You know, religious fundamentalism, whether it's Islamic fundamentalism or Christian fundamentalism, you go down a list. These are gigantic, gigantic problems. Corruption, money in politics, the corporations bought the government. Hey, here are some numbers on that, here are some figures on that. When you do the homework, you find there's plenty of stuff for liberals to get angry about and to get loud about and to try to fix in an aggressive way. But I say this stems from intellectual laziness because they didn't do their homework on any of the things that are really a problem in the world. So what do they do instead? Just whatever pops up around them, they're waiting to get offended and waiting to play the role of the good person and to say, no, that you're wrong and you're being a bad person. Here's how you be a good person. Did you just call me an American? You need to call me somebody resident of the U.S. Did you just say that person was blind? He's visually impaired, goddammit. Did you just call that person rich? That's a person of material wealth, not a rich person. What's wrong with you? Did you just say old person or senior citizen or elder? Fuck, it's a person of advanced age, you goddamn Nazi, you. How dare you be so insensitive? No, I'm not playing this game anymore. To believe in liberalism means you believe in freedom of speech, period. 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 Now, you'll hear me argue with people when they say something stupid, but you'll never hear me say, censor that person. This is bordering on censorship. And again, we've seen this before. So it used to be the case that you can't, you can call immigrants illegal aliens. Then, okay, that's offensive. Then it's illegal immigrants, and then that's still offensive. Then it's undocumented immigrants. And then next week it'll be something else. So you just keep moving the goalposts in an attempt to be a good person, but all you're doing is picking out shit that people say and calling them insensitive for saying it, and then making up a new term. That's intellectual sloppiness and laziness, because if you want to be a good person, there's a lot of shit to fix. It's not random normal phrases people use and words people use like American and rich and guys. No, your real focus, if you're a liberal and if you want to make the world a better place, it should be on policy. It should be on corruption and money in politics and imperialism and fundamentalism. Let's stop getting outraged at everything and, making it so that we can't wait to be offended, and let's do our homework and get offended at the right things and fix the right things, and let's not be the PC police, let's not be speech Nazis, let's not be against free speech, because again, that's not a liberal idea. That makes you an authoritarian.